Hi Capricorn, this is how it's kind of feeling for me, for many of you Capricorns. So we have this ten of summer, right, in the kind of the past position, and I do feel like for many of you there's been this feeling of kind of emotional contentment with your friends and family that's kind of coming to this conclusion. It feels like in a lot of ways because we have the sun as well. So, when the sun is at its highest, it's very bright. Everything's illuminated. Everything feels very warm and sunny and good. And then you begin to tip over into, the afternoon and then the evening kind of feeling. And it feels like in the past, you're feeling kind of the height of all of this, the height of this sense of like in the past, things are good in a lot of ways. And you had, and your friends were around, they helped you and it was just felt very full. You had people around you who you trusted and just all sort of, in general, very kind of a good kind of feeling as I feel it here. And then right here in the center, it looks like that feeling kind of continues. We have this Six of Autumn, which is a lovely energy. I really like this card for you, Sagittarius or Capricorn, because you are an earth sign and you put a lot of weight in the material plane being very stable, and it's a way that you show your love. And for me, the Six of Autumn is about giving and receiving, but giving with an open heart. So not just that you're giving a gift necessarily, but that you are giving in a way that you're not expecting anything in return because your heart is so open. It's very, very sort of Capricorn energy as I feel it for you. But what's really, really nice is that we have this heart-to-heart conversation. So it does look like, in addition to this reciprocity in terms of giving, in the physical plane, we also have this idea of communicating, having those communications that are reciprocal, where you say, what's on your mind, and your partner says what is on his or her mind. And even with the Three of Pentacles, I feel like the two of you, if you are coupled, are working hard. You're working hard to keep your connection strong is what it feels like. I feel like for many of you, you don't want to throw away what you have is what it feels like. Things, there may be problems, but things are pretty good in general. But coming into this future position, we do have, again, the sense of fullness with the Ten of Autumn. This is kind of like the happy, stable family kind of card. Everything feeling very secure. Finances and career are at play. Maybe you're working hard on that, or thinking about that more and more as you go forward. But we have this devil, this little pesky devil here. So I'm gonna get some additional cards on that. Let's see what this is about. It could also be that even though things looked really, really rosy from the outside here in the past position for you, Capricorn, there were some underlying issues that maybe weren't being addressed. I feel like not everything is as placid as it would seem, because this lake is like super, super placid. Like there's no ripples here, whatever this body of water is that they're in. And I feel like whenever there's that kind of stillness, there's always something going on beneath the surface, and I feel like that may be why this let your friends help you card has come in. Maybe, there's some things that weren't quite as rosy on the inside as they looked on the outside, and you were able to ask your friends for help, or maybe you were being asked to ask your friends for help from your guides and angels, and maybe you did or maybe you didn't. But regardless, it looks like in the present position there is a sense of being open-hearted and trusting and wanting to have those conversations and connecting with a partner. And if you're single, it looks like maybe you had just a really nice time with your friends, and you're continuing to connect with friends and family a lot during this time period. I don't really see a lot of, there's no court cards at all. So it feels like it's much more about the group here. Even this Three of Pentacles, even though there's two people, it's still a three. So it just feels like, well, it could also be here with the devil that, because things seem like they're working out pretty well here, but it does have something to do with this working hard. So maybe it's about the money, because this is about being compensated for the work that you've been doing. And I think maybe the devil is just coming in because you're worried you won't be. That's why this finances and career is kind of a play here. So that's kind of how I'm interpreting, because the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Autumn, they're both on either side of the devil. And then we have the Sun card major arcana energy, like everything being illuminated, everything coming to the highest point and things working out beautifully. You're able to see everything. So I feel like things do work out really nicely for you, but there's just this worry about money. And that's very common for Capricorn. You're a very hard-working sign, and so it makes sense it would come out in this way here under the finances and career card. And then the 10 of Autumn, this energy, this kind of stable family, surrounding home and generations, we have the Prince of Winter, which is energy which could be an air sign coming in. This is about an air sign, so there may be an air sign that you're with, or an air sign who comes in suddenly with news, or just an unexpected, something changes quickly and unexpectedly around the family. And there's some sort of sense of grief around it with this 5 of Summer. But remember that things, happening are always sort of happening for the best, but we just can't always see it in the moment. So whatever this unexpected energy that comes in surrounding this 10 of Autumn, for me, and you would recognize it as being something to do with the family, sense of generations of your home, this kind of thing. You may get some news or something like that, or an event happens quickly, or you need to make a sudden decision, and it's really not what you want to do, but you do it anyway, and there's some grief around that. And we also have the 5 of Pentacles here under the deck. For me, this is kind of about kind of marriage. So for some of you, it's about the marriage is an underlying energy that you're kind of working with here in terms of reciprocity. We also have the 3 of Winter as an underlying energy, some heartache. It may be about the soulmate energy. Maybe you and your soulmate aren't able to be together. We have so much emphasis on the family and friends. Let me get three additional cards on this. It's about this energy, the unity card here, which for me is about the group. This is such a reading about the group. So maybe the soulmate is someone in your group, in your circle of friends. It could also be that your soulmate is the person with whom you're married, and there's been quite a bit of struggle in a lot of ways, I feel like, to get here, because you have, with these 2 10s, I feel like you guys have been on a journey together. For those of you who are married, this soulmate is very much about who you're married to. And the outcome is the world. Again, more completion energy. The sun, the 2 10s. It's like the ending of something before you go into something new here. I interpret it as a beneficial outcome regarding this soulmate, if you are married. That's how I feel about that. But it's an underlying energy. Very much about the group. Which makes sense for you, Capricorn. Over the holidays, there's often many people involved, friends and family and parties and this kind of thing. And being a Capricorn, you may like to host a lot and invite people in. So that's, makes a lot of sense here. But right here in the center, kind of the backbone of what's happening between past and future is a sense of stability, a sense of creating some more balance, about having more back and forth, about working hard, and feeling the benefits and the rewards of that hard work that you've been doing. So some really lovely energy for you there, Capricorn, and the soulmate energy is kind of permeating it quite a bit. For some of you, it may have been that you've had a lot of focus on the marriage and the family. I know that doesn't help you single people, but that's how it feels. And for those of you who are single, there could just be that you're dealing with issues from the family as well. All right, I'm going to get one more card for you, Capricorn, and I'm going to close out your reading. So I think this really goes back, before you can have any kind of reciprocal relationship with anybody or anything, Capricorn, you have to know who you are first. You can't give if you don't know who you are. When you're giving without any sense of the gifts that you have and the strength that you have, it makes it difficult for people to give to you because they're confused as to what or who they're giving to. But more importantly, you want to make sure that when you give, you're giving your true self, not giving just for the sake of giving, because people can energetically feel the difference there. So you want to make sure that you're really, when you're expressing your individuality, especially in this place of giving and receiving, it's going to be really important for you to say what's really on your mind, especially here in the bedroom. I feel like for you, Capricorn, it's really important. An important part of your sexual expression is to be the unique self that you are and show that in the way that you make love to your partner. It's going to be very important for you. So, okay, Capricorn, I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I wish you much love and happy holidays, and I will see you on the next video or it's your private reading. Till then.